Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay. Is this working? Yes. Yes. Okay, great. Welcome. Just gonna wait a minute for people to get in here. So it looks like the stream is working on the site for me at least, but if you're having trouble with it on the hotel site, you can always just click in the embedded YouTube video and you can watch it on YouTube instead. We've had a lot of people working on this website, or not a lot, but a few people for a long time, and it's difficult to do all these things, you'll find out. But yeah, I'm glad to see that there's some people in here. I haven't really advertised this in any way because I wanted to just keep it kind of, very close knit for like the most like the core listeners. I'm looking at the chat in here, so when you guys write, I can actually see it. Well, let me just close the window real quick here. Yeah, so I wanted to make this just like a Renaissance boy themed live stream, kind of looking back before we look forward, because I am all done with the next album, but it's not coming out just yet. I'm sure a lot of people, I saw some people write and was like, oh, it's coming out November 11th. I wish, but there's just like a bunch of things that need to be figured out first. Like, I want to make a vinyl for it, and the artwork and stuff has to get made. So it's not quite ready yet, but it's coming probably early next year. But there is some interesting new things here on this site. Um, for example, we put up these T-shirts, like special Renaissance Boy handmade T-shirts that my manager Jordan and his girlfriend Hannah and me and my girlfriend, we all worked on together. They have some. We did like screen printing ourselves. We did hand stitched numbers on them, and we're basically giving them away for free. If you click on the suitcase guy on the hotel site, you'll go in there, and there's only 25. So I'm saying this now. It's like first come first serve. You got to get in there quick. They cost $1 because we had to put a price on it. Otherwise, Shopify wouldn't let us do it. But you pay $1 and you pay the shipping. And these are very special. They're actually a variation of the one that I'm wearing right now. I don't know how much you can see of this, but and we did a screen print on here, and then we hand stitched numbering kind of like on the back shoulder. So yeah, make sure to jump over there. And then also I put up a track. I replaced the unreleased track that was on here with a newer unreleased track, one of the ones that didn't make it for the album, for the new album. I thought that would be fun. So you can listen to that whenever. And then I thought, let me just play some of my favorite moments from Renaissance Boy in the projects and kind of like talk about them. And once again, like I said, I can see the chat in here. So if anybody wants to like ask questions or something, you're welcome to do so. I'll try to keep up. But yeah, I know probably everybody's like scrambling to get the T-shirts right now. But I'm just gonna start with this. I already opened a project here. Let's see, because I'm doing this whole streaming thing for the first time. I'm trying to make it so I can show you the actual my actual screen here. So hopefully this works. Hey Matthias, it's your favorite TSA agent. I remember you. This guy was a TSA agent that surprised me by recognizing me when I was flying a few years back. By the way, I don't know if everybody is seeing this live stream. Maybe I should just type in. If you're not seeing the live stream, here is a direct link. Because it's like hard to, what you figure out is like, every browser is different, every phone is different, everything is different, and it's hard to get a website to work with every device. So let me just put the direct link here to YouTube. Yeah, okay, so Casey Moore here says, can you show how you program strings? The bends sound so real. That's I'm glad you said that, Casey Moore, because that was actually the first thing that I was gonna go through. It's because a lot of people ask me about the strings, and so I thought I would show the project for Boihachi right here, because this is pretty much like a full string composition, and I really like this one. As you can see, I'm not very well organized. I don't name the different tracks on here, but I can show you like a few. But let me know if are you guys seeing this, and are you hearing that? That's pretty important. It doesn't show you're live on my YouTube app. Let me see. It should work on your YouTube app. Oh shit! Yeah, I forget that there's also another. Okay, well, it seems like the majority can see this. So, I'm gonna bounce between the YouTube and the Hush chat. I'm gonna try to keep up with both, but I'm gonna stay on the Hush one mostly. So if you can, be on there. The stream is unlisted. It's not private. It's unlisted. So I didn't want to do it publicly. But if you want to send a link to a friend or something, you can do that. Can you up your mic levels a bit? Yeah, I can do that. Or I can try. Let's see. Is that better? That's a little louder. Okay. And we're back. Stream's working. Gonna type on this chat. All right, perfect. Yeah, so Boy Hachi. As you can see here, I use this this plugin a lot called 8Dio Intimate Studio Strings. And what I did for Boy Hachi is like I loaded up individual strings and then kind of did these bends individually. So you have the piano down here. Just move this up. You have like a low bass, like a double bass, and then some tremolo strings playing the chord. And then like that bend, which is basically like a viola and a violin together. I think a lot of what makes this software string sound real is when you really pay attention to the automation, you know, so you have to really use the dynamics and expressions. And then also just finding the right sounds, because I use a lot of different libraries and I kind of use like the best things from each. Harp swells. You guys know I love harp swells. If you listen to my music, you know I love harp swells. So there's some harp swells in there. There's just like a lot of different lines. A lot of trills. Obviously, I love my trills. I love glockenspiels, all that shit. And I think also what's important is that the strings are dry, because if you have a lot of like the film scoring string libraries, they already have so much reverb on them, and I don't know, it's hard to work with, especially when you're bending between notes. They got to be really dry. So this one, super dry. That's what I love about this one, although it's very CPU heavy. I'm also upping the tempo. You can see here the tempo is gradually going up. It's following this curve right here. And then slowing down here then. So I think that also gives it more of a feel of like a real orchestral arrangement, because obviously they wouldn't be playing to like a click normally, so I think the tempo mapping stuff helps a lot too. Let me see what you guys are saying here. How do you play with the dynamics while keeping the mix balanced? I mean, I don't think that that's an issue really. You just, I mean, that's I think a good mix is more dynamic. You know, if you can make it sound dynamic while still being louder. I don't really think too much about that. I'm not putting any compression or stuff on this if that's what you're thinking. I don't think there's probably not a lot of processing here. There's a compressor on it, but that's because I just use it to turn it up. Okay, I'm lying. There was actually a little bit of compression on there. But not much, like 1 dB or something. He keep the Glock on him. What do we need to do to get you to join your Discord? I've never been on Discord. I should probably go check it out. I didn't know I had a Discord. Let me look at YouTube here. It's hard to multitask all these things. I forget you have to pay shipping. Well, yes, William, you do have to pay shipping. I'm not going to give you a free t-shirt and pay your shipping. You can do ASMR. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds. No, I'm just kidding. Discord fam says hello. Well, hello to the Discord fam. But yeah, that's Boy Hachi. I'm gonna load up another one. Let me do Sly. I think my favorite moment from Renaissance Boy is on Sly, like the midsection. So let me show you that. And there's no strings, so that's a little bit different. Can you ship to Canada? I'm pretty sure we can. I think, yeah, shipping is worldwide, because when we sell the vinyls and stuff, I know that they ship worldwide. You just have to pay for it. Grant is in the Discord. Is that right? But you mean Grant watching right now? He betrayed me. He just moved to Texas. I'm very sad, because he was my homie. Oh, I just got a text from my manager Jordan saying the teas are sold out. So that, I mean, that seems that's perfect, because I feel like we're not that many people in here, which is great. I don't want a shit ton of people to be disappointed. Medicine literally dropped in to tell us how much he loves you. Damn, that's wholesome. I love Medicine too. I miss him. He literally just moved like 2 weeks ago. He used to live like 8 minutes from here, and we used to hang out and do stuff, and now I'm just sad and alone. Let Go would be cool too. My favorite song from Renaissance Boy. Yeah, I can show you Let Go. Is there like an auto scroll in this chat when there's a new message? Yeah, see, I wish there was, because I'm sitting here doing the same thing. I'll see if we can get that implemented. Let me play you Sly here. I'll just play like a section. I'll just play from here. Oh, I need to change the view here. East West again. Harp. Love me some harp.
You heard me, I like it. You heard me, I like it. I don't care, I like it. This and that's not matter. Gucci garden dollars. Tell me you don't love me. Live it, but your actions say I like it.
This is my favorite section right here. I just love this. The piano together with this sample right here. That's just, I just love those chords. There's just something about it. I'm a simple man. And this sound, back in like the 50s, they used to open like so many tracks with like this, I don't know what it is, like a dominant 5 chord or something. Let me play it without all the effects on it. So like that, or so basically just taking some of that and manipulating it in different ways and getting that, but it still doesn't sound, this almost sounds different harmonically. You throw the chord on the piano. That's what I really like. That's just my favorite part. Oh, I guess I had some 808s on this part at some point that I ended up not using.
I don't care, I like it. This and that's not matter. Gucci garden dollars. Tell me you don't love me. Live it, but your actions say I like it. You hurt me, but I like it.
This part, a lot of like break beats and stuff. And then some kalimbas, steel drums, balafon, marimbas. Just the break beats, but a lot of side chaining, so kind of taking some of the mess out of it. Okay, so that's probably one of my favorite moments on the album. But somebody was asking for Let Go. So let me see if I can open that real quick. Takes a while to open shit in Cubase. It's not like Ableton Live. Let me see. What are you guys saying? Will this be saved on YouTube? That's a good question. I guess, I mean, it probably will be saved unlisted. Yeah, I think you could probably, if you save the link, you could probably still watch it after. Boom, 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 boom. Mystery 808. Yeah. This breakbeat sounds familiar. Did you use the same one for the fills on Urban Flora? No, I don't think so. Because that's a long time ago. I was working on a different computer and stuff, and I don't know. Yeah, I don't think. Maybe. Honestly, I mean, maybe. Could be. Let Go. I mean, yeah, this outro actually is also one of my favorite moments. There's also a lot of orchestral components to this. What do we have? Piano, cello, higher cellos, violas, first violins, big string marcato ensemble, and trills. Yeah, I love this part. With the drums on it. Vocals. Sorry, I just went through that whole thing and you guys couldn't see it. We'll try again. We got the piano, cello, deep marcato, and then higher cellos, violas and violins, trills, and then down here like a big 70-piece marcato ensemble. Bass, like a sine bass on it. Yeah, and I gotta give a shout out to my buddy Francesco, who did the background vocals at the end there. He was killing it, and also, actually, I had quite a few friends that work on this one. Some friends from Denmark, Mads Kluna and Michael Kim Hansen, that both did like some of these. They did like background drum layers and not just background stuff, a lot of things here. These stems down here. Let me try and keep up with this. Bridger Cohen says, Gally, don't ignore the shit. Why wasn't Won't Forget put on Lost Cargo? Well, I mean, there was some selection process on Lost Cargo. It wasn't like I just dumped everything I made onto there. It could have been like, 40 tracks or something, and it wasn't. I picked the ones I wanted on there, and I Won't Forget was just not one of them. So I'm sorry about that, Bridger Cohen. Could you show the wide and saturated FX vocals? Mateo says. Could you show the wide and saturated FX vocals? What do you mean? I've been waiting on you. I've been waiting on you. I mean, okay, so the thing I often do is I will mix the vocals in a separate project, and I do this with orchestral things and stuff, so I'll often have it in separate projects because it just becomes too big trying to do it all in one project. So I'm sorry, Mateus, I can't really show you, because I don't have any. I'm not really doing any effects on it in here. I try to show everyone I know this album because of what a masterpiece it is. Thank you so much, Sarah Martinez. Lance Jeremiah says, "Is that you on the backup vocals?" No, so that was my buddy Francesco. He's an amazing singer, and he did like those, like the yelling in the background. I can't do that kind of stuff. He's amazing at that. Did Yeppe do anything on Renaissance Boy? Yeah, I'm sure he did. Didn't he? I'm pretty sure he did. I'm gonna be kicking myself for not remembering what exactly, but I'll tell you what, he did a lot more on this next one, because the next album, he's been helping me a lot on it, and it's been super helpful and just fun to work with him on this next one. Are the streams going to be monthly, quarterly? That's a good question, William. Is this William that I met in Santa Barbara, who came to the gallery showing? Anyway, William, I think I'll do another one next month before I head back. Maybe I can do like a little studio tour or something. Yeah. You know what? Let's put a date on it. Let's say Thursday, December 5th. We'll do it at the same time, like this. Let me see what else. I'm checking out YouTube now. I'm multitasking hard. Okay, it looks like most people are in here, so that's perfect. Let me open Switch. I wrote some down here. Well, like I said before, don't forget to check out the new unreleased track that you can find on the hotel site. I'm not gonna play that here because you can just play that yourselves. What else should I show you? I'll show you maybe Sinner. Alright, I like that one too. Let's see if Cubase will cooperate. What is Boss like in the studio? Boss is really like the coolest, chillest guy you could ever imagine. And then he's also just very prolific. You know, he's on my next album too, actually. And he's just, you know, he'll take on any challenge. Like, he'll just come and write some stuff on the moment and surprise you by how good it is. So I'm always, I don't know, he's just very good energy kind of guy. He's, yeah. He's amazing. Teaser / snippet of the next album, possibly. I mean, I don't know if I should do that, because then I feel like somebody might record it. Or, I mean, even if it's like unlisted, and I don't want it to be like, I don't know. Maybe I could just play like a small part of something. Maybe I should play like a small part. I could maybe play like a small part. Should I play a small part from the new album? Should I do that? Sarah Martinez says, "What inspired you to do this whole website and plan it out the way you did?" That's actually a good question. Because I can't even recall right now what the specific idea of the hotel, like where it actually came from. But I'll tell you this much: the whole graphic layout of the site is made by this amazing artist named James Nielsen, who also did. He's from the UK and he did a lot of stuff for like other UK artists, like Reggie Snow. I came across his stuff because he made like these little moving images for Reggie Snow releases, and so I just reached out to him, and yeah, I guess I had an idea for the website and asked him if he wanted to be involved, and he was super down and made this whole amazing thing. And I like to do these kind of like Easter eggs and just have these little, like, the website was the funny thing is the website was like totally undiscovered for I think almost like a year or something. Like nobody had found it because I guess I had made it too hard to find. And eventually I had to post like a story and be like, I just kind of like hinted at the fact that it existed, and then a lot of people started searching for it and found out. As you guys who are in here know, there's two different ways to find it. You could either get the T-shirts, which have in Braille the URL on the sleeve, and then the password was on the inside of the vinyl sleeve. That was actually the only way that you could do it in the beginning. And then I realized, like, I don't want to like exempt people who didn't pay for things for getting in here, so I also made it possible to find it through the Voyage mixes and stuff. But I like these things that are like hidden and little, like, I don't know, like Easter eggs for like the very attentive listeners and stuff. And I mean, it clearly is not like I spent so much money on this website, especially all the coding and programming stuff. It is definitely not making me. It's not an investment. It's not a good investment, but, well, at least not in terms of money. But I think it's special, and I love having it, and it feels like it's fun. I mean, it's just fun. It's like a cool little art project to have a website. Anyway, I'm going very in depth here to your question, Sarah Martinez. But hopefully that answered some. Did Barbosa the Squirrel help write some stuff on the next album? Oh my God, Nicholas, you're gonna make me cry on stream. Rest in peace, Barbosa. He died maybe a year ago or something. He kept, for those who don't know who Barbosa is, he was a squirrel, my little squirrel homie that came by the studio like multiple days a week for like maybe a year or something. Sometimes he would even come in the studio, and he was super chill with me. And well, one day he came and he had like a big like scar that was like infested on the side of his torso. It was like, you could just tell it was not good, and he was like wobbly, and yeah, he came back a few more times, but he was done. I don't know if he got attacked by a cat or something, or another squirrel or whatever, but Barbosa is in squirrel heaven now. There better be a song called Barbosa, or there'll be riots in the street. Yeah, I should make an homage to him, to my homie Barbosa. I'm trying to keep up. For you, what song of yours deserve a music video the most? I don't know. that's a good question. But we just put out the one that I made with Beatrice for Shy Dancer. So if you haven't seen that one, you should go on my YouTube and have a look. That was a really fun project too. I listened to that Voyage mix a ton. I was so confused for the longest time, wondering what those robo voice saying the letters and numbers was. Says Quinn May. Yeah, exactly. That was it. That was the password. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Yes. Yeah. That was sad. Rest in peace, Barbosa. Okay. Maybe I'll play a tiny bit of the new album. I'll just play like a little. I'll play a short bit, and you guys will have to promise me not to record this. I have this one file here that's like the whole album chronologically in one long file, because I made it very much like I did with the Renaissance Boy, as like a big, like coherent piece. It almost sounds like one long song. And I think I put even more attention to that feeling of cohesiveness with this one. So it very much is like, yeah, I'm looking forward to you guys getting to hear this. Yeah, it's gapless. Fu Hung, exactly. Thank you for clarifying. I'll just play like a, what should I play? Let me see. Well, since we were talking about Boss, maybe I can play like the end of the song he's on going into the next one, and then I won't be playing like a whole thing. I'll do that. All right. Let's see if I can find it.
You.
That's the right track.
Remember any?
Yeah, okay.
Possible. I'ma need to smoke in the shower. Trying to get my head on to know me, just to love me. I hope you understand my silence. I need to put my phone on silent. I'm responsible. I'm responsible. I'm responsible. I'm responsible. I'm responsible.
Inhaling content. Exhaling time. Inhaling content. Exhaling time. Inhaling content. Exhaling time. Exhaling time. Exhaling time. Inhaling content.
That's it. I'll stop it right there. And actually, speaking of Yeppe, he was the one who played the piano on that very last part in the chorus of that song. But can't wait to hear this with the bass in my car. Oh my god. Yep. Yeah, I'm very excited for this next album to come out. But what did I open here? I opened Sinner. What can I play from here? Okay, the drum part maybe. We haven't talked much about drums, so just for the producer nerds out there, I'll talk a little bit about drums.
It's a bad choice. I shouldn't have it on you. I'm messing up too.
As Jeremiah said, man, it's not November and I can't take this. That's funny. Yeah, these drums, pretty simple.
I'm messing up too. Put me in check.
What I do a lot is like putting the drums and the bass. I almost always use FM8 for bass. I like to just have a very simple sine wave bass, so it's not like super special in terms of like the sound. It's literally just like a sine wave, or a little bit of a sine wave modulated with another sine wave a little bit, I guess. That's usually what I do in here. This is FM synthesis, and you just kind of control the amount. Anyway, now we're getting very nerdy. But I put the bass and the drums in a group together, and then use some kind of tape emulation plugin. Like this one is my absolute favorite. I've been using this one like for probably like 10 years. I love this one. You could actually, yeah, let's hear it without satin on it. Ugh, the fuck? No. Yes. You know what I'm saying? It just gives it like a nice, like saturated kind of sound, and it kind of glues everything together. Ugh, I hate when it's so hard to talk about mixed things without sounding so corny. But I think that is like that's probably one of the biggest like easy ways to accelerate your drum sound if you're starting out, is to have some kind of drum group processing. Because otherwise, especially if you're using a lot of like one-shot samples, they can end up sounding, you know, like very different, like they don't belong together. And that's a good way to kind of like get it all to sounding more cohesive. And I think also like having some kind of background noise. I often use like field recordings and stuff. I didn't do that for this, but you can tell there's like a lot of reverb on something. I don't know what it is. Oh, this hi-hat. And this one. You can hear there's a lot of like background like spring reverb. So that kind of does that same thing. Serves that same purpose. The Rhodes. I love that little thing right there. Just literally the basic Kontakt Rhodes library. Also some satin on there. I have my Urban Rhodes preset, which I made back when we were in Florida. That's why it's called Urban Rhodes. That also does something for the sound, obviously. But that standard Kontakt library sounds pretty good. Bo Diaco on the guitar in the outro. Amazing. This guy is just ridiculous on the guitar. Somebody says, who said that? Where are you? Oh. Somebody named O said, why do you use 2 notes for the kick? Great question. Why are there 2 notes? It's because one, at least if I think this is probably why, because that's what I normally do. Let's see. Yeah, one is like, it's the same sound I'm using. One is just slightly high cut and maybe a little bit shorter, I would expect. Yeah, a little bit shorter. So I like to do that as like if I'm doing like a double kick, like 2 hits right after each other, they're not like exactly the same. One is like a little bit more muted, you know. Do you think you'll ever make... OK Chemical says, do you think you'll ever make a sample pack or something? I'm sure people would eat that up. That's so funny. I was literally just talking to my friend about that yesterday. I don't think that I will, because it's just more fun to make music for me. And like the idea of doing like a sample pack, I don't know. I would much rather just make music. It's Lance Jeremiah says, it's intriguing how you make that kick so recognizable. Every time I hear it, I know it's going to be you. Yeah, I mean, I have used the same kick for like a ridiculously long time. It just works. It's actually funny because it's like a stereo kick. And I don't know, yeah, it just sounds good. Kick with the bass on it, yeah. That kick is a trade secret, Jeff says. Yeah, I'm giving you all the trade secrets right now. Daddy says, at this rate, just take my credit card. Daddy. What's up with the names on here? Does Galley fuck with Galdive? Yeah, for sure. I love Galdive. They're amazing. Braden says, what's your favorite song from Urban Flora? I mean, yeah, I would say Fantasy, and it's not just because it's the most popular one. That one was really, it just, if it goes through like so many different worlds. Like if you listen from the intro, like the first verse kind of sounds like one thing. That sounds like more like Can I? It's like, to me, it's like very spacey, like outer space galaxy kind of like sound with like the all low, like very filtered, like sine wave plucks and stuff. And then the bridge, it becomes like orchestral, and then you got the chorus that's like, sounds like more of like a, I don't know, like a kind of tropical kind of vibe. So I love that. I really love that was the one that was the most popular also. And of course, Alina wrote an amazing song. But I love the fact that it worked, because you could also sometimes assume that you like are doing too much. Like I was kind of thinking while I was making it, I was like, oh, am I doing too much? Like, because I'm not going from like this thing, and then I'm going into this thing, and then it's almost like a lot of shit is going on that song, but it just kind of worked. So I think that's my favorite song, Fantasy. Nicholas Bogolis says, is there a reason why you split up drums in different battery instances? Just to make it easier to mix it, because in Cubase I might go in here and be like, oh, I want this auto pan on whatever this is. Yeah, like a little rim shot thing. If I had all my drums on one channel, then it wouldn't be as easy. You would have to do a lot of routing and stuff. What are some artists that you are listening to? Oh, wait, I missed one. Sky says, did you play the theremin yourself on Wonder? Yes, I did, Sky. And that, I would not do that again, because that was ridiculously hard to learn. I thought, I was like, oh, I'll just, you know what it was? I had just watched that movie by Damien Chazelle with Ryan Gosling when he's going to space and stuff. What is it? Whatever. But on the soundtrack there's a theremin and it sounds so nice. And I was like, if this movie composer can do it, why not me? And so I got a theremin, and I just realized how ridiculously hard it is to play the theremin, because it's like you have this like antenna, and then you're moving your hand towards the antenna, and you're literally deciding the pitch by the distance of your hand to the antenna. So it's like, how are you gonna hit individual notes? It was like stupid, like so hard. And so what I did was I just kind of like rehearsed it over and over and over, just that one section. And then I went in, like I tried to get it as close as I could, and then I after went in and melodined it, which is kind of like a manual way of auto-tuning, you could say. Like you could go in and you can kind of like correct the curve, because I couldn't do it like as a professional theremin player. I'm silly to think that I could just, but I did play it. So I will take credit for that, but I certainly also, helped it on its way a little bit afterwards. Then, I'm so far up still here, but Garrett says, what are some artists you are listening to at the moment? I listen to like a lot of old music. In terms of like newer stuff, I mean, I guess what you said, just what artists am I listening to? I think my favorite, like most recent album that's also a newer one is probably Dijon. Absolutely. That one was really, really good. I love how they like changed the way to record vocals to not just be like straight up monophonic recordings, but more like stereo recordings and like in the room. Like when you listen to it, especially on headphones, it really feels like you're just sitting in the room with them. And yeah, I love the way that it sounds. Ethan Cannon says, keep selling stuff on here and I will keep buying. Maybe that will help the site be an investment. Thank you, Ethan. Thank you. I appreciate you. Let me go. Boom, 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 boom. Bro could copyright that kick. Respect. Braden says, respect fantasy is A1, although Pretty Thoughts will always be the king for me. Yeah, that's another good one. That would have been on my top 3 from there too, I think. Nicholas Bagolis says, I'm amazed you said my last name correctly. You're welcome. Lance Jeremiah says, Voyage 6, my all-time favorite. That was so very perfect mix. Thank you, Lance. O says, speaking of Pretty Thoughts, we got to talk about those pads. You a friend of Paul S? Paul S. I don't know who Paul S is, but... Oh, Paul Stretch. Oh my God. Yeah, okay. So exactly. Yeah, that's how I made those pads, was with Paul Stretch. I basically played the chords in with like piano and Rhodes, and then exported that, ran it through Paul Stretch to get the super long stretch file, and then just cut out those same chords and put it in, and kind of layered like a bass underneath, and that's how you get that like super nice warm sound. I see you don't really do too much on the mix, seems like it, Mateo says. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Because if you can have good sounds from the get-go, you don't have to mix that much. But I do also mix some, I guess. Sarah Martinez says, gonna need you to make hydro flasks so I can influence everyone at the gym. Yeah, not a bad idea. I'll have to run that by Jordan. Did I have anything else I wanted to? You know what? I think maybe this will be a good place to end it. Thank you guys for joining this Renaissance Boy themed stream. It's literally the perfect amount of people here because we only had 25 of those shirts, and it looks like now we're a little bit more than 25, but yeah, I hope that whoever got their hands on those will be stoked. Yeah, please send me like a picture or something of yourself in it, or I mean, you don't have to. Yeah, but we spent a lot of time on those, especially Jordan and Hannah. I gotta give a shout out to Jordan, my manager, and his girlfriend Hannah, because they were kind of spearheading that whole project of making those. It's not easy making t-shirts. Like, we spent a lot of time and money to make those, and we think they came out really awesome. But anyway, if there's a few more questions, maybe I'll do them before I bounce here. I'll bounce in like 5 minutes. Any hoodie restocks or new designs I could flex, says Lance Jeremiah. Yeah, we are actually working on some new designs that will be coming very soon. I don't think I should put a date on it, but yeah, we're working on that right now. Chat again December 15. No, not 15. What did I say? I think I said 5th. Thursday the 5th. December the 5th. We'll do another one. All right, perfect. Thank you guys so much for joining. I'm happy. Look, this is pretty awesome that so many people came in here without even, just from knowing that maybe something would happen. I would have loved to have the whole album finished and ready to drop today. That would have been perfect. Because when I put that date on Renaissance Boy, on everywhere, I was just thinking, like, I was about to put a date that was in the past, and I was like, it would just be way more fun to put one that was in the future. And I wasn't thinking about like when it was, or and then I as we got closer and closer, I was like, damn, could I finish the album and put it out? And I did finish the album. I finished the album like 4 or 5 weeks ago. But there's just too many other things. Like, producing vinyl takes a while, and artwork, and there's a little bit too much for that to be possible to make. Lost Cargo getting merch rolled out or until next project? Yeah, so there'll be some really cool a long sleeve shirt that has like, this one is really cool. This one is my favorite. It's like a long sleeve shirt, and it has like similar details as this one, but it's like, instead of red, it's like cyan, and then on the whole sleeve, it's like my entire discography as like a spectrogram. So it looks like this. It kind of looks like a waveform, kind of, but not really. And yeah, I think that looks really cool. And then there's also a hoodie, like a logo hoodie with like a print on it, which I think looks really cool. So that'll be coming before the album next year. Luke asks, I don't know if you said this before, but do the albums connect in some way? No, they don't. They definitely don't. This is like an entirely different concept and theme and sound and everything. So that's not related to Renaissance Boy. And Sky says, will you be touring next year? I mean, that's kind of what I don't want to say, you know, it's, yeah, working on it. That's what I'll say. All right, I'll end it here. But I'll keep the hotel open for a little bit. But I guess you guys already have your Discord, so I guess my hotel is not as cool as the Discord. Maybe I'll have to pop into the Discord. But anyway, thank you guys so much for coming here and for being listeners. I really appreciate it. And yeah, stay tuned. And definitely keep an eye out early next year. 'Cause new shit will be dropping. Yeah. Thank you so much. I am going to stop this thing if I can figure it out. Goodbye.